Welcome everyone, this is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way. This week we have UK GDP on Thursday. Today, Tuesday the 12th, we've got US inflation, so all eyes on that one. This is the dollar. So we've got this channel going. We burst out of the channel and came back in. If we hold this fib zone, I can see ourselves marching back to that 101, 101.50. Okay, so at the moment this is holding out, this is very bullish. This is the breakout, this is the pullback. If this holds, then that could push to the upside. That may affect the US markets. This is the Nasdaq on a daily chart. You can see we've got this channel going. This recent dip has been bought, but we are struggling up here. So 23,800 is the next resistance level. If we can get up there and hold, then we could eke higher. So at the moment, I feel like we are climbing a wall of fear because these dips are still getting bought, but there are concerns about high price levels in the market. Talking which, let's move on to stocks. Now, this is an example of the sort of thing that's going on in the market. Good, solid, dividend yielding stocks have been really the flavour of the month this year in the UK. So this is Prudential. Talked about this down at this level here. Sort of breakout very early on the year in January. A move up into 850, a deep pullback, so effectively had a 1, 2, 3, 4, we're still technically in a wave 5. We're very close to the £10 mark, looking as if we can breach that and keep going. Okay, 50-day average is getting a little bit far away, so it is possible in these quiet months, these summer quiet months, that this could dip back to £9 or so, possibly lower, and then wind its way up. But good solid stocks like that have performed very well. This is an updated list of where I am at the moment. So I mean EasyJet, IQE, Metals One, Vodafone and Wheat, plus some others. Watch list, Glencore I'm going to cross out because I didn't realise it was so coal based. If we get deep volume on a pullback to 250, then I'll reconsider, but I don't like getting in dirty industries. SSP Group, we'll talk about that in a minute. Man Group, MGM, very interested. AMD has had a good run, so interested to buy a pullback in that one, but the Hubs is a key recovery stock for me at the moment. I want to look at Hubs in a minute in the US. So we'll look at stocks I'm in at the moment. IQE, I'm roughly about break even on this at the moment. We're seeing a pop up to, what's that, close to 12. It's stuck in it, it's a big box play. So in other words, here's the big box. Box plays are normally over, bullish box plays are normally over in a dip into the box. So if we come into the lower the box and hold, and subsequently any time soon, if we close above the 12, or break out of the 12 and then hold that, then I would look for that distance to be my target. So that would take us up to about 14 or 15. If that's the case, I've drawn that too high, you can see that. So around about the 15 mark, if we can hold down here at 10, I think next target is 15. Tullow I got stopped out of, so we had a couple of higher closes here, held around about the 14 and a half, and then this was results came out and they pulled the rug basically. If we close here today, then I think the chance of this recovering is high. They are. But if you're interested in this, I would wait and see where we close. buy a pullback around about the 10p mark, and a stop underneath this low. And if you get stopped out, then just walk away. If at any stage we can close above this 11.5, then I would expect to see that at least go back to the 14 or 15. Stocks like Polar, this is a good dividend payer. Got out of this a little too early, but if at any stage we see this coming into 4.30 mark, we're very, very close to the £5 mark. £5. The this 500, this $5 thing. If we can close above that, then I think we can get up to 560 plus. If we close underneath this, then I think we could pull right the way back. So what happens on the dollar today with inflation, I think, is going to be key. There's a 92% chance of a US rate drop in September next month. So a strong inflation number could knock that on the head, but the market is pricing in a rate drop and further gains as we get into the autumn. Meant to do gold. So all the time we're holding above this 50-day average, then this has the chance to ping back. Obviously we've got a lot of resistance here. It's a big, again, this is a big box play as well. Box started in April, so that's the box high, box low. These dips are still getting bought. We're above this trend line, we're holding the 50-day average. So inflation's today, so whichever way at the moment, it's still a bullish market, very much. It's a potential bull flag. If we do ping up here, we can look for a pullback at 3400 and see if we can get to 3500 and potentially 3700. Otherwise, if we start to close under this 3400 with a significant drop, you might want to clear the deck. Meta, so this is a huge, this got yanked up and then dumped. So we saw this huge pattern to the upside, and then we've got effectively got a potential three-wave correction. So if we can hold this 6-7p, this is a nice cheap penny stock on decent volume, very handsome volume yesterday. We were 8.5p soon after the open today. Pulled all right the way back to 6.5. But if this can hold, then we could see, obviously 10p is going to be a resistance level. If we can push through 10p, we should see 15, and potentially longer term, if all goes well, we can wind our way up to 30, and who knows, maybe even more. If I pull back, you can see the channel effect of that. These guys are into metals, and this little volume here down here is because they just bought, I think they just either bought or done a big contract with a lithium miner. Alright, so that's Metal 1, sorry, ticker is MET1. This is HubSpot that I was talking about. So not so long ago we were up there at 85. We topped out at around about the 70 mark, and now we've broken support. So on volume. So I am not touching this at the moment. However, it is on my watch list. Now I'll go into more detail as and when I'm potentially going to. If we come out of here and then subsequently pop back above this 43, I'm in with a stop underneath that low. So this is a recovery stock. So there's potentially a nice 1, 2, 3 wave correction. Whenever you get a move like that, you always get a wave pattern within that. But overall, I'm looking to see if this is a stock that I can get into. So back here, what happened here, we had another wave pattern to the downside here. But once we broke out of that, we had a nice wave pattern to the upside. So we went from 43 above the 80 mark. So that's why I'm interested in HubSpot. SSP is just not doing it for me at the moment, so I'm just backing out. These guys have got a commanding position in the airport sandwich business, would you believe? And it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so don't laugh at sandwiches. So this is a sell pattern here. Once that 191 failed, lower high, lower lows at the moment, but if we come into the 150 mark, come into this zone here and hold, remember at the 150 mark, we're only 162 at the moment, then and see a nice increase in volume, then I would try and trade that up to back up to £192 mark. S3, potential little indication that we can reverse here, so a new low, close above next day, not convincing. Normally for me to get interested, I want a complete engulf of that 208. So but in the meantime, if we can hold here and ultimately close above 212, 210, 212, I think this S3 can do it. Volumes are actually falling off here. So when we did push higher, we did not see a significant increase above this 800,000 volume. So that's why I'm not interested at the moment. Talked about this one, STVG, with this huge drop. We are trying to hold here at the 125, 127 mark. If the volumes are not proving it, when we did push higher, we had volumes up at these levels, and we are still very, very low down here. So unless this gets a big push on volume, I would not entertain that. To be honest, I think there are just better stocks out there, and I don't like that sector either. I think they're a TV station from memory. Alright, so you saw on my list AMD, and AMD have had this sweet move up from 75, and we're sitting up here at the 180 mark. I would like to see this around the 150 mark. So all these little pullbacks have got bought. I'll show you the left hand side in a minute. Pushed up here and just hoping that this can do a deeper recovery close to the 150 mark, at which point I would buy it and look to see if we can get through the 200 and potentially into that level up there. If I show you what's on the left, you can see back in March last year we were up there at close to 230. Alright, so I'm going to be patient. I'm going to see if that can pull back on AMD and then try and get in. Alright, I'll leave it there. I've gone through quite a lot. I haven't done wheat actually. I don't think I did wheat, so I've had a short break and I've forgotten if I've done wheat. So wheat had a nice push up into 537. It's pulling back into where it did this mini little breakout. Obviously if we close underneath $5.20, then we're likely to see another drop, potentially down to 488. If we can stay above 520, 525 and start to climb, then we might potentially eventually longer term end up there at the 640, 650. But the jury's out at the moment. We're under both the averages, a couple of lower closes in this region, and the reason why I've got this darker red here is because of August last year, and ultimately that dip in May this year. Okay, so short term, I have to say that looks lower. unless we start to really pick up. I hope that helps. Look out for updates. Bye for now.